Oh, hello. What's up? We're live.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
What's up?
Good. How you doing?
Hello, chat.
Hi, chat.
We're chilling. It's a Monday night. I don't know how to do this anymore. It's been a long couple of weeks.
Why are we here?
Why are we here? What are we doing?
Stream work?
How to do Strum.
Pretty step-by-step guide.
Right. But hello everyone, welcome to tonight's episode of the Debrief, where we all hang out and break down the episode as well as answer any of your questions about the last episode. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will get to them in the order by which they are received. So, I don't know. I'm fucking winging this shit, you guys. You should know this by now.
Welcome to Monday.
Welcome to Monday.
Yeah.
Guys, am I oversaturated on your screen?
Little bit. How
do I? It's not on mine, so how do I fix?
I have no idea. That is a good question.
Okay.
So you will see that we have a new face joining us. Down below, JustAshley, who's playing Aries. We don't really know a whole lot about her character yet.
That one.
Down that way.
Somewhere on this overlay is Ashley. So we don't know a whole lot about her character yet. We will learn soon, TM, I'm sure.
Other than, space brat.
Yeah, other than yeah, space, lots of sass.
Still can't believe you did that to me.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, so
There's going to be a reckoning.
Let's talk about that actually, because
my feelings were hurt and irreparable damage.
Clearly.
So, that's actually, like, partially on me, because I didn't communicate with Ash fully, like, what exactly was going down. We kind of, like, went back and forth about it, but I didn't put anything, like, formally in writing to give to her, so that was
Just
my bad.
shooting people out of nowhere. We're here to Hi,
mean...
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to Oh, I'm dead now. Okay.
And I, just turned the corner, too. Like, I wasn't part of anything. It's just like, that one.
That one. that one in particular.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot at Hawkins, yeah.
And she was so excited when you joined the chat too.
I know, right?
In part one, she's just like, friend! Yay. I'm gonna murder you now.
Yep.
Say goodnight.
What happened?
Revenge. It was revenge for all of the Mario Kart.
Okay, actually, if you led with that, I would be like, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Deep-rooted grudge there.
So much.
That Ash hasn't played in Mario Kart with me.
It was like a complete accident. Like, on my part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all good. It was just so funny. We were like, oh yeah, Ash's character is gonna do some damage to the spider droid. Actually,
false.
This is why we take notes, kids.
Yeah,
Wait, what is JD saying, of all people?
It's Technically,
What are notes?
you can feel better because I wasn't the one who did it. It was Macy.
Well, and I think that's kind of the funny thing too that is probably going to happen going forward is
Mhm.
we're good, the other one not good.
Not so
Robot's
much.
crazy.
Yeah.
Robot's out of its mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so originally, frankly, neither of them was supposed to, like, be in charge. So Aries was supposed to be unconscious inside of the Phobia Echo, was, like, what was supposed to happen. But then, like, she's like, I'm gonna attack Rest, and then DM'd me, and she's just like, Aries isn't in the mech, right? And I'm like, well, about that.
On that.
So I'm just like, I have to retcon a lot of things that I had planned immediately, and I'm like, shit.
And
So
you messed up because now you ain't got no legs there, Ashley.
You ain't got
it's
no legs.
fine. She's got repair nanites. It'll be fine.
That does work for everything. The be all end all.
Yeah, for real though.
The adventurer until I took a sword to the kneecap.
You used
Listen.
to be an adventurer. Nice.
Lightryder doesn't get to use the sword often, but when he does,
It
he's using it
counts.
more and more
Always
recently, which I
counts.
am here for.
Yeah.
So
He's kind of been forced to.
for realsies though.
I've been enjoying it. I enjoy my rockets now too. Clearly.
Yeah, those rockets are awesome. We gotta figure out like how many uses of those you get per encounter.
I was gonna get away with.
No, I'm like I gotta like put some
Infinite.
thought into that, considering like Theo only gets so many mortars per long rest, essentially. So
Yeah, you figure there's only so many.
Hey,
on
mortars are
me.
my deal. Chill out.
I know that, but
Yeah.
I'm saying missiles,
No, I figure I-
mortars.
Yeah, rocket
Number of
launchers. I can't have that many of them.
Yeah, you
Right.
can't-
There's gotta be an ammo capacity, right?
Yeah.
It's just a
think I
conveyor
definitely
belt of rockets.
Oh, that rock.
Coming out of his bum.
Please, God, no. If
Where's
any of
the
you
sickness? I need
asks
him to
me for dick or butthole rockets, I'm going to tell you no.
Wow, but nipple rockets. If we ruled out
maybe.
nipple rocket. Okay.
Maybe. You'll have to
so you're
convince
saying
me.
there
Have you
is
been
a
watching
chance.
C-Lab
There's a chance for
2021,
nipple
Adrian
rockets.
Barbobot?
No,
Yeah,
it was Austin Powers, wasn't it?
Oh, the girlfriend.
No, that was machine guns, not
It
rockets.
was machine
yeah.
guns.
Listen,
Whatever.
the only
Machine
one-
guns.
The only one
Tomato,
that's
tomato.
the only one that's ever made anything magical or otherwise coming out of their dick cool is Scanlan Shorthalt. So that's it. That's where I draw the line.
There's-
So many things like obsessed.
It's fine.
I'm
It's
not.
a critical role reference. It's fine. I don't.
I'm on my best behavior.
Sure.
And it's probably specifically the Legend of Vox Machina.
Oh no! It
scene, right?
totally happened in the campaign, in the Vox Machina campaign.
Well, I'm gonna say that's all
yes.
they did was animate the first campaign, right? It's
Well,
pretty
they've
much-
animated one
Yeah.
arc.
That
Yeah.
freaking animation, the whole way they do it is so very much my
It's so
childhood.
good. It's
Yeah.
so
It's,
good.
it's very much my childhood on acid. It's like the childhood I wasn't allowed to watch.
Yeah.
Like
We
I had to go
still-
over to my friend's house to watch that. Okay.
We
But
still all
this,
need to
they
like.
take it way too far. It's really ridiculously horrible and in the best of ways.
We still need to
there's-
like all get together and like watch that show together.
Mm.
Like, because I feel like after like post episode commentary from everyone would be really fun. Maybe we'll do that while we're taking our break. So
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
dope.
that'd be a good idea.
That'd be a lot of
That'd
fun.
yeah. I promised someone else I'd be on my worst behavior. And I'm a man of my words, so.
The worst part is y'all think Ralph is the kind of big dummy that Grog is. Ralph is not that kind of big guy.
Yeah, Ralph is not dumb. Like,
No.
I don't think anybody's piloting a mech that's dumb.
no, I don't
you
think
get to
any
that
of you guys
level.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you can wield an axe and be stupid. You can't really pilot this gigantic piece of complex machinery.
Facts.
No.
Facts. So, another thing that I totally forgot to do in post was edit in the map of Corva.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
So I'm just gonna like put it on screen right now. It's gonna cover up half of everybody, but this is the map of Corva. Wait, edit. Right here. That's the map.
The map that you spent like, didn't you spend like a week on this?
Oh god, I spent so long on this freaking map because it took me forever to figure out how the hell to make it work. It was awful. But yeah, so that's the map. It's pretty basic, nothing super fancy. But yeah, that's it. Which leads me into
it left the
I just
prettiest
find
guy
it
in
funny
the
that we
crew
were
right
there
up
for all of like 15, 20 minutes, and yet you spent so much time.
Oh,
trying
you guys
to
are gonna be
explain.
stuck there for a while. Don't think that this
Oh,
is the only
okay.
time you guys are gonna be there. No.
I feel really bad.
No,
but
no, no,
wow,
no, 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 no.
I know that you're an overachiever and stuff, and I know you like to go to 11, but damn, I feel
No,
bad. Like,
I
you
didn't
could've
spend
wandered
all
around
of
there
this
longer.
time making a map and building an entire city with NPCs and multiple locations of
I was like,
interest
she
for
gets
you
that
guys
every
to
week.
spend
No wonder she
one
needs a break.
session there.
We
No,
could
no,
go
no.
explore
No
that.
wonder
We're
she's
aware
not
that
feeling well.
We're
Yeah.
also now aware of this entire underground kind of aspect to this thing. That map is only surface level.
Yeah.
And we don't know how many levels are below what we see, and
Yep.
this
Oh,
place
yeah.
is
Oh, yeah.
likely way more massive than it already appears to be.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I ain't
1,000%.
I'm
1,000%.
scared.
And you never
We'll
screwed.
kick their ass like we kick everybody else's.
Straight up.
What we do.
Yeah. And we do it well.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's what we do. Resta just kind of lands face first into a planet.
Or a moon.
I mean,
Or a
that
moon.
was
Sometimes
your
it's a
guys'
moon.
last decision. You're just like,
Had
let's
nothing-
open this up and go for it.
Not mine.
Oh, that's fair.
Not mine. No.
Not my circus, not my
JD
monkeys.
Lightrider was literally the one to pull his wings open.
Oh, that's true. But,
That's true.
But still,
Just
it
following
was still
order.
a good idea. I was just following orders. Yeah, see, the thing about being Lightryder is it doesn't really matter what happens. None of it's his fault, and he doesn't really give that much of a shit anyway. So, like, at the end of the day, he's just like, he's kind of there. Like, because he's like, we are all dead. That is honestly, at this point, that is where Lightryder has basically decided, well, we're I
Yeah.
have no leadership structure. There's no command structure. They don't know what's going on. Might as well enjoy the ride. Who's got whiskey? Let me eat a salad. You know what I mean?
Let
Like,
me eat a salad.
Sandwich compartment.
Such a vibe.
that's why he's in the middle of the bar just being like, has anybody seen Amanda Hug and Kiss? I need Amanda Hug and Kiss.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, I think that Lightryder was under the impression that Command gave them this mission, but it wasn't Command. It was another faction that actually has put them on this mission.
Yeah, but Lightryder doesn't know these things. Is he supposed
The
to know
other
these
issue
things?
too is our current orders fall outside of anything that we've received from our own command traditionally.
Yeah, this is the first time that you guys have received a mission from another faction. And this
also
is
an explicit kill order that's not just combat related.
Yeah, it's definitely fishy. We'll put it that way. So,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Fetch this and kill everybody who's
Yeah.
seen it.
go fetch and murder everyone who's a witness. Like, what? Huh? Yeah.
I can do that.
Like I can do.
Yeah.
But
Both of the Aeons are just like, yeah, okay. It's like, yeah,
We're
that's
good.
par for the course, dude. Like,
That's actually the easier mission.
right?
Mhm.
So I brought up the map of Corva, and it kind of led me into a couple of questions that popped up when we were live that I wanted to ask. So
Wait, are we not live right now?
no, I mean like during the premiere. Sorry, bleh.
I just had a moment.
Sorry, words are hard.
Do you smell toast, JD? I know you're getting
Listen. First off, That's just not funny, okay? I had a hard time. I woke up and had a panic attack the other day because I didn't know where I was.
Oh,
Then I realized I was
no.
in my bed. I'm just old. I was like, where am I? Who am I? I literally forgot my name for about 35 seconds as the 486 SX was just booting. It was like
Dial-up noise comes out.
Dial-up noises.
My computer has a little crank in the front. You go like this to it really fast, and it starts it.
Windows 98 boot sound.
Windows 3.11. I don't know what you're talking about. This 98 modern stuff. Get off my lawn with it.
Nah, JD still runs on DOS.
Bro, C
No, he's
colon
running a Commodore. What are you
backslash.
talking about?
Excuse me, hold on. I'm DOS, okay? I'm like
JDdotST?
JDdotST.
Love
Windows.
DOS-ST.
Rebrand
DOS
right now.
before, JDdotST. There we go. Rebranding.
Rebranding.
I can't afford to buy Ashley a new house. It's not. I don't. No.
Well, that's because if you're that version, you're the version that Xerox sold for like a couple $100 and had no clue what they had.
Didn't see the value in it. They were just, man, we just don't see the value in it.
Meh.
You never know what you have. You never know your value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'm glad that the map is going to get used more than that one time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
For sure. So, which leads me to the question, which part of Corva that you guys haven't seen so far are you most excited to explore?
She makes me pull up the map.
Do you need me to send the map into chat again? Because I can do
Maybe.
It's in the guild.
Maybe.
I like the part where we kill the people. I like the part where we kill
There's been
the
a
people.
couple
Places where we do the
we
murder.
have available to us.
Where's the murder the murder tunnels?
Oh,
I like those.
I mean,
That's my favorite part is the murder tunnels.
oh, Lightryder's just turned into a murder hobo at this point. Okay, cool. Good to
It
know.
happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Note to
Is
self.
that, a thing?
been-
Is that a thing in RP where you get like hooked on the combat and you just like blowing up? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a thing.
Yeah, cool. That's me.
Mhm.
The murder hobo party pretty much goes around murdering any single NPC for any reason that they can come up with.
Yeah, pretty
No,
much.
no, I don't
There's no
kill
reason at all.
NPCs. No, there's no reason to kill an NPC. They're just no. I just watched Free Guy the
Didn't
other
Critical
day.
Role actually have like a murder hobo bit
Yeah.
for a while?
For a bit.
Like
Be nice to. Oh, they just kill everybody. I mean, the first episode of Machina, they were like
Well, yeah, but
everybody dies.
yeah, but I mean like
That's-
random
so-
cabbage cart vendor, you know.
you
just-
also
One of the
have
great
to
things
keep in
about the Witcher
mind.
TV show is when they show him as the butcher, and then
Yeah.
you know where that comes from, which you don't know in any of the games. Anyway, go ahead.
But you also have to keep in mind that episode 1 of
Plus
Vox
Henry
Machina
Cavill,
is like episode 50, like 40 or 50 something into the campaign. So
Henry Cavill is basically the Harrison Ford of the younger generation. You know, Harrison Ford, Tom
Yeah,
Selleck.
that's-
You
yeah.
know, the guy that could turn
No,
the
Henry
straights.
Cavill's jaw could kick the crap out of Harrison Ford's jaw in his prime.
I don't.
No, sacrilege.
Sacrilege for
Eh.
sure.
Henry Cavill himself would be like, no,
I-
after you, sir.
I literally
No,
the
I'm
only
saying
Don't
role
fly any more planes ever again,
So-
Mr. Ford.
the only role that I have actually enjoyed Henry Cavill in is The Witcher. Like
Yes.
I just
Oh, his Superman's good.
I
His
don't-
Superman.
Yeah, I
His
think his Superman. I think his Superman's great.
but
He's
I'm
a good
also just
Superman.
not.
The writing for Superman was not good.
There you
Correct.
go. That's true.
Correct.
But he did
Yes.
a good job in it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
He was a perfect Clark
But
Kent
you never
Superman.
buy him. Well, I don't know if you ever buy him as Clark Kent. How you
Eh.
gonna buy that dude as Clark Kent? Have you seen his
Yeah.
arms?
all the time.
He's too chiseled. He's too
Jason Momoa is
attractive.
playing Clark Kent.
Yeah,
He's
that's
just
fair.
too cute. He's too good looking.
Could,
too
could I
good.
get a comment,
Yeah.
please? I'm
Yeah.
too shy to speak up.
Yeah, it's like, dude, your
Yeah.
hands are the size of that guy's head. What are you shy for? Stop it. There's nothing. Stop. That's
Okay, so back to the question at hand.
right.
There was a question.
There's
And
a-
bringing it back.
And bringing it back.
I already said murder holes.
Murder
I like-
tunnels. Okay, cool.
Love that.
Um,
Well, we've been to the Throne Ward
Yep.
and the Aridus Alley.
Yeah,
We've been
Aridu's
there.
Alley.
That's
Those are-
is that where we
Sorry,
came in
yeah.
at?
You guys came in like at the outskirts of town, so like in the like more western than this part of the map.
So we came through the. Okay.
No,
okay.
you would have
Came
come.
in at
You
that,
would have
like,
come
Y
through.
intersection from what you said before, like just southwest of Arido's Alley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
you
we
guys.
passed through there, went through the market, into the throne, back
Yep.
out to Arido's, and then to the Rogue.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the gates for.
Was it the Rogue?
Yeah, that's part of the Arido's Alley is part of the Rogue District. It's kind
The
of
Rogue District
separated
is
into
split.
2 chunks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't you see the color coordination? Come on.
So, and you guys will learn this the more that you explore the city. The Rogue District was originally like all connected, but there's some things that happened and the Grove District kind of took over part of it, so that's why it's split.
Now, is the Grove District supposed to be like residential? Did we go over any of that, or is it farmland?
You guys didn't really get to explore it all that much, but it's mostly farmland, a little bit of residential, some things. There are some points of interest there that as you get to explore more, you can learn more about.
Probably there. Grove.
I
Grove
think-
District.
I think I'm up with the vistas. I want to see what's I want to see it's out further.
Yeah, there's some fun
Yeah.
things there.
Vigilant
Ooh.
Vistas.
I mean, the vistas seem
Sounds like a
interesting just
Fortnite
because
drop.
it seems like a whole bunch of wilderness.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And I'd be interested to see how wilderness. Stop that! Sorry, cat was clawing the furniture.
I have many questions, JD.
But
So many questions.
what else?
Those are the rockets.
Sure.
I'm
Thrusters.
What?
You're
They're thrusters.
Thrusters. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
I got
Anyway.
They're thrusters.
Vistas would be interesting, but the marketplace, especially like the armorer's quarter and stuff. If there's anything to do with weapons that Ralph hasn't seen, whether mecha or handheld, he's gonna be curious.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say Grove and Vigilant Vistas would be the interesting points.
I want more salad.
I want
any
more
place that you can get a salad.
salad.
Back
As
to
long
the
as
throne
there's
room.
more trout
Salad is
salad.
You have to have salad in every little district.
Well, on the freaking ship, it's all Asian freaking inspired, and it's like sometimes you just want something that's not
I just
like.
want a garden salad, man.
Yeah,
it
this
doesn't
is
have
very.
soy sauce and freaking. I just
I had
This
some awesome
is
stuff today. I
very,
had a veggie stir fry and fried tofu and gyoza.
Yeah, this is this area. So Corva specifically
Lightryder wants a pizza.
is like a mix between
Yes.
like Mediterranean and like Middle
Mhm.
Eastern kind of cuisine. It's kind of like a melting
Yeah.
pot of those two things. So there's a lot of influence from like
Okay,
coastal
okay.
cities in the Middle
The
East.
big old
for
Greek
this.
salad I was having with
Mhm.
peppers.
Yes.
And
Well, I was
olives.
going to say that the way you introduced the city when we first arrived almost seemed more European in influence.
It is.
So-
It's European, but it's also like
the
there's
Mediterranean is in Europe.
Yeah.
it's right on the it's like Italy.
the
is in the
architecture. The
but
architecture is European.
But
It is.
specifically, because what caught my eye, what caught my attention though was people carrying long swords, full armor, and shields.
Mhm.
Oh,
I mean, so that
Right,
you know,
but that's
yeah, they didn't do
like
that.
yeah, that's less of the locale speaking there and more of the faction. Because that's your Neo-Dominion people. But when it comes to like the architecture and things like that, and like just the culture of the natives of Corva, as well as food and things like that, they're definitely more towards like Middle Eastern kind of and like Mediterranean kind of influences. So yeah. So another thing that I wanted to ask, because I know that not everybody got a chance to answer this question last week, was what would it take for your character to start their villain arc?
Yeah, because we kind of stopped there.
Mhm.
Oh, well, actually, we should probably go back like a question to that for the people who weren't here. And what would they be like as a villain?
Yeah, what would they be like as a
First.
villain? Mm-hmm.
Because I think Rested wasn't here for that. Actually, I think the
No, it was you and Rest that were here for that. Ash?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Ash poofed.
I lost an Ash.
Uh-oh.
I think she was having a sneezing fit there for a moment, so I don't know what happened.
I don't know. She's still a ninja, just her camera's turned off. Oh, she's back. Hi. Welcome back. Are you okay?
made it.
Is she just dying laughing?
Apparently.
What in
But
the-
I think JD still needs to answer that. Ash would need to answer it. Was there one other person who wasn't here for it? Was it WisePork?
WisePork. Yep.
Yeah.
So, what? Wait. All right. Hold up.
What
do you
would
trying?
your character be as a villain?
Yeah,
basically.
What would your character be like if they were a villain? Or if they were a big bad?
Absolutely murderous. Like,
Yeah, that's two.
like,
That's me too, baby.
let's be real. Like, I'm destroying in
Fuck yeah.
just
we want to
wreaking havoc on
together.
everything and anything I get my hands on.
Yeah.
Facts, though.
It's space pirates. Like, you know, I'm out there to loot and take everything. It's all mine. And F y'all, I'm out.
Yeah. I think for you especially, like, even if, like, I'm trying to kind of hypothesize this without giving too much away. Because there's something that happened in Chimera's backstory that caused him to become like a space pirate. So if that never happened,
Oh, yeah. I don't want to, like, you know what I mean. I don't want to like ruin anything, but like, I'd be your number one enemy. That's for sure.
yep. Evil
That's for
Chimera
sure.
would be the internet's problematic husband in a hot second. Facts.
Wow.
Oh my god.
There's too much charisma. There's too much charisma under all of those tubes and wires.
Oh God, could you imagine if Chimera and Ego were on the same side? Oh,
Oof, that's scary. That's scary.
oh.
That's a scary thought. JD, what about Lightryder? I'll get to you, Ash.
When you're done dying.
When you're done sharing freaking weird ass gifts into the swear to God.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I don't either. It's completely off the rails.
Better not to.
I just want to say, when I first start
That you're what?
whenever I start dying, it's JD's fault.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know, which is why I'm not looking at Discord.
Ash may be a brat, but JD's the instigator.
In fairness, I speak in GIF.
We know.
And one-line sentences as a form of communication. So it'll be okay, 4 words, 3 words, 7 words, 4 words, all on different lines, and then a GIF
And then
to
rubber
punctuate
wings.
it.
Accurate.
That's just kind
though.
of how it is talking to
Yes.
me.
You
So that's it.
do. It can
That's the whole
be.
thing. So what's the question? How much do I think that Chimera has a sexy voice?
No.
I mean, 1,000.
No. The
I don't
question
understand. And
is
how much more do I
You heard
like
it here
him with
first, folks.
at least this little bit of, I mean, that's not a beard. Let's be
Lightryder.
fair. We can't call whatever the fuck is on your face right now a beard. We'll go wash it. It'll come off.
rude.
But no,
Lightryder
give it
as
another
a
couple of
villain.
weeks. It'll grow up. It'll get bigger. It's okay. It's just a wee baby right
Be
now.
nice.
baby.
Put on the
He's
Kenobi
not
beard.
wrong.
If I had
He's
shaved
not
mine,
wrong. Like,
if I had
be real.
shaved mine down, the amount of crap he'd be giving me,
100%.
I mean, that's fair.
100%.
100%.
So-
he would call defects.
The
Okay? He'd be
question-
like, oh, we have a child and it's truant, and somebody needs to go get this child because he's not in middle school.
Somebody pick up their baby.
Somebody
They left
pick
their
up their
baby on
child.
stream.
Mamas, come get your kids. Friends don't let friends shave their faces.
Facts. I tried to save the
that's-
beard. I really did.
That's all there is to
I
it.
appreciate
That's all there is
I
to it.
appreciate it. I really do.
So the question is, what would Lightryder be like as a villain?
It's not possible for Lightryder to be villainous. He doesn't have that in him. He's just not a bad guy. He wouldn't like if he was a bad guy, he wouldn't like have like he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. He genuinely does think he's doing the right things for the right reasons. He just thinks his leadership are a bunch of
Well, what if
idiots.
he had the wrong people in his ear and he was on the other side?
I think he'd do what Chimera did. That's why I think he doesn't necessarily trust Chimera, because he doesn't trust traitors, but he also thinks that like he doesn't trust people that turncoat.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he also respects the hell out of it and is like, well, if I was, and the more he gets to know him, he's like, okay, I can see why at a certain point you go, wait, flip this, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I mean, I think there's an arc there that he's going through on that regard. But I just don't. He doesn't think in those regards. Like it's very black and white with him. It's like there's right and there's wrong, and nothing else really kind of.
That's kind of the point. Just like with his personality traits, if he was to flip the other way, I mean, like we went over Ralph's last time. Like,
I think he'd
would
lose
be
it. I don't think
nightmare.
he would. I don't think he'd be able to. That's what I mean. I don't think he'd be able to process it because his whole worldview is based around that, right? So like, it would be so much of a paradigm shift. He would like space himself or like end up like curled up in a corner, bawling his eyes out, or he'd just like go and live as a hermit or something. I can't see somebody like Lightryder that it like there's nothing that we're not in it
Psychologically
for anything.
snap him.
He's not in it for anything. Like he's not getting anything out of this. Like maybe, I mean, I'm sure he's addicted to the thrill at this point, and I mean, he likes taking risks, but he's not really getting anything out of the deal. So I don't really have a way to motivate, like as an actor, I don't have a way to motivate him unless he believes in it.
Right.
Like he has to believe he's doing what he has to do to save humanity, his little portion of humanity, and that's really all he can handle. And so even though he's got crappy odds and, kind of equipment that works when it wants to and leadership that doesn't know their elbow from their a-hole and like the military that he grew up hoping was a thing isn't really what he thought it was. So I want to get into that more at some time, how much he likes like the military, but we don't have it. So it just pisses him off. So he's like the worst when it comes to following that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think maybe if there was a break, like if civilians took control of the military and started like doing really dumb stuff, then I think he'd probably flip.
Yeah.
But I think outside of that, I can't see him. I can't see
So
him changing his mind.
in other words, you'd think he'd probably just go complete, total rogue, chaotic neutral, doing whatever the heck he wanted for whatever reasons that he thought were right.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'd just nope out. I think he'd just
The anti-hero.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think he'd just give up if it got to that point. Like, if everything that he believed in fell apart, I really think he would go away. But
Like Fat Thor.
I don't see that happening. He doesn't see that. He doesn't see that
Thank
being
you,
a
Russ.
possibility as long as he continues. So then it's not really something he doesn't really think that far either. So
Yeah.
I mean, Lightryder's probably the least deep thinker of all. It's like, well, there's this choice and this choice. Shoot that or shoot that. It's
Do
really
or do not. There is no try.
Yeah.
yeah. He doesn't. That's the only way he's been able to do anything. So
That's fair.
That's fair.
Okay, yeah, 100%.
it worked so far. I haven't gotten like seriously injured or anything except for in a simulation.
Oh,
So
jealous.
I think the second point for Lightryder too, like the question of what it would take to make him hit that kind of arc. I think he also explained that all at the same time.
Yeah,
really.
I think so too.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think he cares about anything that much right now either. So except for
Yeah,
like
I
this
don't-
overarching view of like
I think that
doing the right
Lightryder
thing.
doesn't have Lightryder doesn't have necessarily like, I mean, he's got a dog in the race, but he doesn't really have anything specifically that like
he's fighting for.
he's fighting for. He's fighting for an ideal, which I think is really commendable for Lightryder's character. But at the same time, it's like he's able to look at this entire thing with such an abstract view compared to everyone else who has a personal investment into this war. Whether
Lightryder's very detached. period.
yeah,
And
Lightrider's
he's
very
marketing his-
detached compared to everyone else, which I think is very interesting
There's
with
reasons
Lightrider's
for
character.
that. I think there are reasons for that go way back, and we just haven't explored them that much because there's been a couple of weird ass dreams and talking mechs and like
Less talking mechs and more
Dead
weird
Space Sriracha.
weirdness.
stuff in my head.
Space Sriracha.
Yeah, it's all that
Space
space
hot
sriracha.
So
Okay, so Ash, even though we don't know a whole lot about Aries, how about Aries? What would Aries be like as a villain?
So first of all, I'd like to answer the first question,
Okay.
and I'd like to go to all of the pubs, just like all of the pubs.
Okay.
well,
Okay.
I'm not surprised.
Uh,
I'm not, what's a
Pubs.
Huh.
Bars.
Pups, as in small dogs. I'm like, what the fuck did they do?
Bars.
Oh, you like
Pubs.
dags?
Yeah.
There's a few bars
like
around.
dags.
There's a few bars around. You would know where they are,
Of course, the
Oh,
Brit
the-
wants to
yeah.
go to all the pubs.
of course.
You can take the bread out of
Well,
Britain.
we were already the ones drinking on the job.
I mean, this is
Yeah,
fair.
I know,
You
but-
can take
We're
the bread out
Canadian,
of
bud.
Britain,
That's
but you
our
can't take
blood.
the alcoholic out of the Ashley, right? Looking even in character has to look for the.
Mhm.
All of the pubs are the best.
I saw a map the other day of America, and it was like America's pubs versus England's pubs, and it's like it's barren over there.
Yeah.
Gotta remember too, Rest. We're an
No,
extension
Americans
of them.
like to drink at home and at
Our
and at fast
pubs,
places.
our pubs
Right.
per capita is way less.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Plus,
so
drinking at pubs over here is stupid expensive.
Yeah, agreed.
Sorry,
Continue.
go ahead.
sorry. So, it's kind of hard with her being, because without giving too much away, you can probably tell she's a bit. So she's kind of like an anti-hero anyway. Like she's kind of like neutral between like hero and a villain. She just kind of like walks somewhere between those two. But I don't know what would make her go all of the way. I think maybe maybe because she wants to be in charge of everything, and power is like a big thing to her. So trying to get that or something that she wants could probably push her over the edge a little bit because she doesn't really think about her decisions. But yeah, I think that would probably be it.
Interesting. I'm
Or
very
that-
excited
I'm
to.
trying-
That's
I'm
a
trying
that's a
not to-
vibe, yeah.
That works.
I'm trying not to give too much away because there's
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, no, I'm
We haven't
very
really
excited
learned
for.
anything yet, so, yeah.
Yeah, we really.
You're already
haven't
on the
learned
villain category right now for Jack and Captain, so like,
I know, right? Thank
you know,
you everybody for having my back.
we got you out here.
Start
I just
swinging, we
wanna say,
swing
right?
back.
Theo completely ruined my plan. Like, completely blocking
What,
my
by putting
way.
his foot by Ralph putting his foot
Yeah,
right on top
yeah.
of the echo. Just
It worked though.
It was
worked
so
though.
great. It
That was
just
good.
set you right down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that robot. I do have to say, Fraz, the
Amazing.
quality level of the voices that you did this last time was like, I don't know how do you like quadruple or like it's always really good what you do, but you went like. You were like, oh yeah, I know I was playing with Fisher Price toys before and like then you went into a real recording studio or something. I don't know. It was like, it was drastic. It was fantastic. Great job. No, I mean, really, it was like the difference between, you know, like
Genuinely,
when you
it
got
was the difference between these and my over-ear headphones.
being
like-
able to hear.
Hmm
Yeah.
Being able to hear
Yeah.
the different qualities and like how clear everything was. Also, like
Who would've thought it-
single layered voices are so much easier than multi-layered voices. So
Yeah, I mean it was really good, and the way you played the characters was it has been very
Yep.
entertaining. I think you're doing a good job with it. Okay. I've got my kissing the DM's ass in so that I don't get.
You live to see another session.
You live to see
Why
another
are we
session.
next? Oh, by the way, JD, look behind you. There's a dragon, Dragon? What do you mean, dragon? I was scrolling this Twitter feed about evil things that DMs have done to players.
Oh,
And,
don't. Oh, God.
Oh,
I have been on the wrong side of like TTRPG Twitter this past week, and I'm just like, I don't know how I got here, but this is awful, and I would like to leave. Like,
oh, well, I mean, that's streamer Twitter every day.
I have carefully curated the people that I follow and engage with on Twitter. Like, I've never seen so many bad takes like consecutively on my
There's
Twitter.
been a lot of bad takes over the last couple of
Yeah,
months.
it's been rough.
I think people are overall losing their freaking minds. Is
100%.
what's
That's fair.
happening?
Yep.
If you got, I mean, like people on the streets, just normal everyday, like 75-year-old grandmas are losing their actual. So
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah.
that's why it's really
Yeah.
nice to be able to spend some time and escape into some video games with the fam.
Oh my God, yes.
And some this is a video game to me, so it's all video
Yeah.
games
That's
when
fair.
you're my age.
Mhm.
I mean, my first video games were type LEFT to turn left.
Oh
Not
my
to,
God, yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to call
Down
anyone
this
out
hallway.
in particular here, but I know Rest, you have an early class, so if you need to peace out, feel free to do
Oh, God.
so. Because I know you've got
We
an
love
early
you,
class
Rest.
tomorrow.
No, I got a couple more minutes.
Okay.
So, I won't bail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
These are good
Nice pork,
questions.
Put it away.
okay.
I do really like the thought process of like creating a character and then somebody asking, well, what would it take from you to go from the hero to the villain? Like, I think that's a pretty interesting question to really get going. And I
Yeah.
kind of wish I had that in mind when I actually created Gray, just to kind of like get a more concrete answer for you, because I still don't have like a concrete one, and I know I wanted to try to have one, but I didn't have a whole lot of rest time the past couple of weeks, so I'll definitely like keep thinking about it. But I do wish I had like a really concrete answer. I just
Yeah.
know what he'd be like, but like to get to that point is kind of interesting to go down.
And
Yeah,
it's,
I mean, mine was just a really long-winded cop out. I understand that too.
but like, I don't, so the thing about it
No,
is
it was
that,
fine, though.
like, and it's okay to not like know that immediately. Like, and I feel like there are a lot of characters that I've made that like I know for sure, because it's like one of those things where it's like they have something specifically that ties them to the path that they're on, and if that's gone, they're done. They done. And so like it's a fun exercise in character building and like character exploration that like I didn't even think about until the question was brought up to me for a character that I haven't even gotten the chance to play yet, but soon it's gonna happen next week and I'm so excited.
This question would have popped up like first season, we'll call it, with our original crew. I wouldn't have had an answer.
Yeah.
Because Ralph's backstory wasn't really fully thought out until maybe a little bit after that. But the funny thing is, after I got a good idea of what the backstory for Ralph is that nobody knows yet, which Fraz I need to work with you on that at some
I
point
don't even
whenever
know
we
yet.
all have time. But it's going to take it's just something to say that the thing that drove him to want to fight and want to be where he is now, if it happens again, it would probably push him to the other side.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to the enemy side, but to his dark side,
Right.
where things are not gonna be pretty.
Yeah.
And
Anti-Ralph could be
that's-
fun though.
but that's what it's gonna be. It would be a repeat of what drove him to the position he's at now.
Right.
And I'll just leave it at that. Because if I say anything more, it's just gonna spoil way too much.
Right. Okay, so this is mostly for the folks who weren't here last session for Debrief. If you had the chance to play on the bad robot side, what kind of evil robot would you be? Is there an ability you saw in Ego or another baddie that that you'd want? Because this was a question.
We got into the villain thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is this is how we got into it. Yeah.
That's a hard one because we haven't really come up against a lot of signature enemies yet.
Yeah, Ego's really the first one.
The range of their abilities.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what possibilities are out there at this point to be like, yeah, like I would be this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it was something I'd create, then like we could be here for a while.
Ego's kind of the first like signature baddie that we've really come up against. That's the first one that's had a name outside of like the configuration of the mech.
I mean, really, honestly, this last episode was the first real. These last 2 episodes are the first real combat that we've really had.
Yeah.
As a group where we've understood what the hell
combat,
we were doing.
Not just
like
a skirmish.
Right. We've had little skirmishes where we barely like touch the surface of the systems and us working together. But these last 2, especially this last one, we worked together as a unit.
Yeah, you guys are starting to do that more and more, which makes things challenging for me because I'm just like, okay, how do I make this a challenge for them and also not one-shot kill them?
Well, I was reading about swarms too.
By them,
like,
you mean Resta?
That's a cool addition as well. I mean, Matt did a good job with the game. Matt did a good job with the game and with the add-ons because I think it's really flexible for Fraz and what you're doing. It's flexible for us as people who are creating characters. And then I think it works really well as the abilities play off of one another.
Yeah.
They all seem to work really well and bounce off of each other in ways I didn't expect. So that's been really neat.
It's so easy to build. It's so easy to build on top of each other's abilities, I think. Yeah. And like, even when it comes to, because like, you guys kind of are starting to fall into like specific roles in the squad, which I think is really fun. And interesting to watch, especially because like Rest is becoming like this berserk sniper and it is so fun. I'm just like, yes. I love it so much because it's just like, as soon as that glaive comes out, you done fucked up Aaron. Like, it's, or the scythe, not the glaive. The glaive is MisterWisePork. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and there's so much flexibility that you can play any of the positions, any of the mechs can play as something different.
Yep.
I mean, Ralph doesn't really play his as like front line because I jump so far ahead. Ralph's kind of like the tank of the group that soaks, which is really cool. There's just a lot of different ways you could play it, and you know, Resta could be right in the thick of it, but stays back more, which is neat. And now we still don't have a clue what all Chimera can do because Chimera hasn't really. I don't even know if Chimera knows what the Chimera can do with that mech.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I mean, he's done like 2 things so far: barf laser and like rage mode. You know, it's like,
every now and again I get a Flight of the Navigator out of him. Like I don't know what this does, and yet I meant to just pull that
this button.
I'm sorry, barf laser is my new favorite thing. Like
barf
laser's pretty good.
Yeah,
I can't. I fucking can't. Just bah.
But it's neat. I think it's really cool the flexibility that just the systems of the game give us.
Yeah, and you guys have no idea what the capabilities of Ash's mech are yet either.
Oh,
like you've seen some of it.
It's annoying.
Yeah, you've seen some of it, but that's it.
Chop the out from under it is one of his capabilities, clearly.
All I know is two of us mess that mech up. That's all I remember.
Oh, one of the other abilities is round and find out. Okay. That's the other ability that Ash's mech has is.
Yeah. I mean,
in fairness, you were already damaged. In fairness, you were already damaged.
You have to take into consideration it's really, really small compared to you guys as well.
It's not quite as small as Deceiver, but it's around that size range.
Yeah.
So
but with Ralph's positioning, all he needs to do is just put a little bit of weight down, and
it's like you could cover that cockpit with a big toe. Like,
Oh my.
One finger.
just.
What I'm gonna say is that Aries isn't gonna. Nah, you guys playing as a team. That's not how she does.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting adding Aries' dynamic to the squad.
She's
so
like
it'll be pretty much like Lightryder version 1.0. It'll be fun.
Right. Right.
Yeah, except for I have a weird feeling that we're all just gonna wait and go. Do we go get her? What do we do?
It's like, I'm down. I need a res. No.
Nah.
Oh,
Remember
now
that time you
listen.
hurt me? No.
Have you ever played Fortnite with her?
Right,
She'll go and get all of the stuff, all of your loot from your dead body, and do a little dance, and then res your ass. So don't even get it twisted.
Yeah.
That's just how that one rolls.
What? Your mech's 2 feet in front of me? Oh wait, there's a storm. I have to run. Bye.
Oh, hold on.
Right.
I need a salad from my snack.
Yeah,
bar.
I need to go get the snack bar.
Can I get Cygnus to upgrade it to a salad bar in the mech? Do you think that's possible?
I mean,
hydroponic salad.
You've already got a panini press. I don't see why we can't add a crisper drawer.
That's a
I'm
vibe.
saying.
That's a vibe.
Frigid air, baby.
Right?
I'm gonna have a coffee machine, like an espresso machine.
Oh God.
Espresso, nice.
Good luck.
Nice.
Good luck.
Nice.
That'll go over
Yeah.
real well with Macy, I'm sure.
It's hysterical. Macy is my favorite character that's ever been invented in anything that's ever been done in any form or fashion. It is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
I'm pretty sure we spent more time fleshing Macy out than we did Aries.
I'm also pretty sure, I don't know why, Macy is basically all the things Fraz wishes Fraz could say and just doesn't.
No, Macy is just straight up a bitch. Like, she's awful.
It's your dark side.
I mean...
Don't tell everybody. Okay.
Okay.
I think the best thing to play is a character where you can play the exact opposite of the type of person that you are.
Yeah,
so I do think that's exciting to explore playing something that does what you don't normally do.
It's hard though.
For you as well.
It's hard though. Like, not gonna lie, it's really hard for me to play like just straight up awful characters, like mean characters. It's really hard for me to do that. Like,
that's why
not
Macy's
gonna lie.
so funny. Macy's not really mean. It's just funny as hell.
Because
Because you're an awful person.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, you're awful.
No one will miss you. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
You monster.
You
That
monster.
AI needs reprogramming. This is why they wipe R2 units.
Facts.
Except for the one. That's why he's a total dick.
Totally. Oh, you guys know that, right? R2 is a total jerk, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
you know,
But they have to
whenever-
bleep everything he says.
No, you know, whenever he does
Right.
that scream,
That's all, folks.
They have to bleep everything that he says.
I'm trying to give Ash the floor to speak because she's been trying to speak.
I'm sorry, that was the greatest joke that has ever been told in the history of jokes. So I think
Ash, go ahead.
Yeah.
I have two things. Okay, one, a Star Wars fact.
Okay.
When Arthur does that scream, he's actually yelling the F word. George Lucas confirmed it. Second thing.
JD's dying.
Nobody cares what George Lucas thinks about Star Wars.
Go on.
Second thing. She can't even finish her thought.
She's dead.
Just type it in chat.
Yeah, just type
Right.
it in chat at this point.
The second thing is like the phobia echo is basically it's made from my W keyness. So it's W key.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, we
Yeah.
get to see how you leave yourself behind. This will be good.
Oh, it's fantastic. Okay, so I have two more questions, but there's one that I want to make sure that I get in before we end. So what were you guys' initial reactions to seeing friendly tags above the Aeons when you first got into Corva?
I wasn't about it. Didn't
Yeah,
like it.
I was very cautious, I guess.
Yep.
Like, it was very unnerving.
As you should be.
like the hair on the back of my neck standing up kind of feel.
Mhm.
I was not comfortable whatsoever.
Yeah, like if my mech had like a gun like on his hip, the hand would have been like twitching around it at all times, just fucking ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ralph would probably be a little more laid back because the fact that it wasn't just Aeons, it was so many different. He was still been like intrigued and concerned, but the fact is there's so many different factions moving about, and there's no ruckus to be had. There's an order to the place, so it's strange. It doesn't make any sense from anything we've been told or trained against to this point. So there's definitely things to learn.
For sure.
Anybody else? All right. So, anyways, Chimera took a lot in this whole trip, because this is like totally baffling. Like as when we were in the throne room there, and everything was just like so luxurious and things like that, from walking in and seeing all these different like factions together and things like that. It seemed odd.
Well, you
Right.
walked in the building too and went shiny.
So that's it. Like, it's not something that would be in my thought process, like going into seeing a unity and things like that, and only knowing the primacy, you know what I mean? Like that was life. To seeing outside life and the unity of others and things like that was really baffling, and the beauty of things and stuff like that. Like, it's all been war torn, death and destruction for me. So to see this life and everything coexisting was really like a big like whoa moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, actually, you had to build on that a little more too, because none of us have seen any sort of display of ostentatiousness before at this point in this universe. So everything had a purpose. Nothing was built for show, for power. Nothing was, nobody would waste resources on such a thing. And now the idea is, we thought we were coming into this region of space where it was a total war zone. None of us expected to see any established colonies or presences on any planets. We thought we were coming in to do that now, and now we see a city that has been there for a while.
Right.
And, with its own apparently distinct culture and balance of power that does not just pop up overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something completely new. Everything that we thought we knew about this galaxy or this solar system, we don't know anything at this point anymore. Everything's upended.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely like culture shock, which is absolutely what I was going for. So
you did a great job. You've done an absolutely great job with that.
Awesome. Pounce, what are you doing? So yeah, it's interesting, and it's I wanna call something to attention though, because you guys do know that there's a difference between the Neo Dominion as it exists in the system currently and the true Neos. So that is the Neo Dominion in totality is split between these two factions, with the Neo Dominion proper being in allyship with the Aeonic primacy, as far as you guys know, in the system. However, in the same breath, the Neo Dominion and the Terran Collective, which were the like original settlers of Lodestar Alpha, is basically the ancestors and forefounders of the seed ships. So those, like, there's different sects of these factions, right? So it's not completely unthinkable to think that not all Aeons, as you've seen, are just here to warmonger and destroy everything. So, bearing that in mind,
the more you know.
Well, you said not all Aeons.
not
Now
all
we're
Aeons.
also talking about Neos.
Right. The Neos that are existing in the system and were there, you know, to be the Neo Dominion, which is the they have allied with the Aeonic Primacy. But
then there's the true Neos. So there's only
Correct.
one Aeon
Mhm.
faction, but there's two Neo factions.
Correct.
So yeah, because you can. So I mean, it is possible that you're saying that there may even be Aeon factions that we're unaware of at this point.
Potentially. But they also could all fall under the same. They also could all fall under the same faction. But they're just the way that they run themselves across different planets might be different.
Slightly autonomous. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. The more you know, the more you will maybe find out in subsequent sessions. So
There
You
we
need that on a
go.
button if it won't
No.
get us copyright struck.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun.
yeah. So, but at this point, it's been an hour. So, and I know some folks have early mornings, so we will call it
Yep,
for
yep, yep.
the evening.
Thank you.
Next session
Thank you.
will be on, we will have a session on the 18th. The 18th.
Yes.
And then we're going to be taking a little break. So we'll have more info about the break that we'll be taking after next session. So during next debrief, we'll kind of chat about that a little bit because Fraz is about to be crazy busy with, with
Fraz
stuff.
is frazzled.
Yeah, Fraz is frazzled. Needs a little bit of a break. Not only for my mental health, but also for my physical health. So,
Yep.
100%.
Absolutely.
again, we'll discuss that a little bit more next time. Until then, thank you guys once again for coming and hanging out, doing this, and thank you, chat, for being here, hanging out, asking your questions. We appreciate you.
We love you, chat.
And we
We
will
love you,
catch y'all
chat.
next time.
Love you.
Have a good night, y'all.